Hey, I was listening to the wrap-up show yesterday. I thought it was particularly good. John Hine and Gary Fafafui Delabate doing a great job.
I heard it, and I liked it as well. It's very entertaining.
It was very, very, very
I
good.
heard some things about it.
Yeah, it was good. Lisa G was on there complaining about the news and my new edict where, you know.
They seem to have lost their minds over this.
Well, Benji, I like that Lisa's angry about it because it shows she doesn't get the joke. Benji hit it on the head when he said she doesn't get it. The reason I want the news department to function with rules is so that it sounds like a real news department. That's the joke of it. All they're doing is covering our stupid world.
Exactly.
And it's a spoof.
And it's a spoof, so the spoof has got to be, in other words, she's going, well, we should be revolutionary and different. And Howard never bowed to any program director's rules, and that's true. But what I want the news to sound like is the old-fashioned news. I want the news to be very uniform. I want it to be, I'm Steve Langford, Howard 100 News.
And then
you know what? Yeah. Because Lisa is protesting so much, I'm going to make new rules. Here, I'm going to play you the wrap-up show yesterday.
What was really funny, even when she was in here, was she was like, how could you make rules? She was like, no, you're not the rule maker.
No, very easily. Because I know what I want that news to sound like so that it is a perfect reenactment of radio news, what typically is radio news, except our content is funny.
It should sound exactly the same, except you're saying high-pitch Eric shit a lot.
Right.
But she doesn't understand that you always had your own rules.
Yes.
That's why you didn't listen to program directors.
And I'm making the rules for her because
this is Howard 100.
This is Howard 100.
So there.
Here's Lisa G. This is great. This is Lisa G on the wrap-up show yesterday, confessing that she had to take an aspirin after she left my studio.
That's what I heard, and I thought, oh, my God.
That sounds like chemical dependency.
I had to take an aspirin. It gave me such a headache. I think it just pushed my buttons. Working in radio, terrestrial radio, during my career with all these program directors saying, don't forget, after you say the call letters, you're Hot 97, your number one home for hip-hop and R&B. It's 917. I mean, every single day. What, listeners don't know what they're listening to? You don't know if you're going to hear the Wu-Tang Clan, what radio station it's on? I just think listeners aren't stupid. They know what they're listening to. And we're here at Satellite. We're here to shake things up and break the rules and do things differently. And then to hear a caller and then Howard say, well, say Howard 100 News, the last thing out of your mouth before you hit, the promo. I just think we're here at Satellite Radio to try and work out of the box and to experiment.
No. I'm working out of the box. You'll work under my box.
That's right. You have your own box and she's in it.
Yeah, because I want the Howard 100 News to sound a certain way. It can't. There's got to be rules at Howard 100 News. There's got to be, or else it won't sound like. If it sounded like relaxed and, everybody has their role on that thing. Ralph Howard.
Why do they even bother to say this is Howard 100 News Update? They should just come on.
Right.
According to her, it should be just freeform.
Yeah, well, and we shouldn't have the ticker behind it,
right.
Or it's ridiculous.
And I like Shuli a lot. I think Shuli's a real funny, talented guy, a great comic. But that was always my problem with Shalom Biatch.
Yeah,
because it
you
makes
don't
it
hear
sound
that
like
on the news.
We're trying to be goofy.
Yeah. And no more Shalom
Bob
Biatch.
Schieffer never said that.
Right.
Right. I've got some new rules because I first listen to this and you'll see where I came up with my new rules.
And radio is about personality. Look at Howard Stern. He's the perfect example of being a great personality.
But he's unique. For every Howard Stern, there's 1,000 that aren't a personality like him.
But I don't think you want robots in your news brief.
I don't want robots. I want good content, but I do want a uniform sound to the news.
Yeah, after they do the silly story, they should sound as if they're coming from a real news department.
So then Steve Langford came in and he gave me an idea. Listen to this.
I have my first copy here, if you can see it. Says,
and what does it say at the end?
I'm Lisa G., Howard 100 News.
Steve?
Well, I mean, technically you wouldn't say I'm. You'd just say Lisa G., Howard 100 News. But dare I say, the sign-off is not important. The story is important.
How will you do it, Steve? Well, what's it going to be?
I'll have to do it like I did 25 years ago on NBC Radio.
Let's hear it.
Back then it was Stephen Langford, NBC News, Paris.
So now I'm listening to this in the car, and I'm getting ideas. I go, first of all, he's right. This I'm Lisa G. It's like like she's
given the personality.
This is her
again.
personality. It's going to be Lisa G, Howard 100 News. And then Steve got me thinking. He'd go Paris. Now, the reason he'd say Paris is he was stationed in Paris for NBC News.
And it gave the story some credibility.
Right. From now on, the sign-off will be Howard Stern, Howard 100 News, and say where you are.
Right.
If you're in the bathroom.
Even if you're in the studio at your desk.
If you're at newsroom, Studio 69, in the hallway, bring the listener. I like Steve's idea.
Because Steve is often on the scene.
Yes. And
on
I'd
location.
like to know if Lisa's doing her report and taking a dump. I want to know where she is.
Lisa G taking a shit.
Lisa G, Howard 100 News, the bathroom.
The ladies' room.
The ladies' room.
The shitty.
What do you think?
I like it.
And if I hear more protests, I'll make more rules.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Get
like
rid of the I'm.
Yeah, first of all, the I'm is such an ego thing. Like, Steve is so right. I'm Lisa G. Well, isn't that great? No. Lisa G, you're lucky I let you say your name.
Under protest.
All right. Lisa G, Howard 100 News, the Studio 69. Studio 69, not even the. I want location. I want name first. Let me think about this. What do I want? Do we want like Paris or France or something at the end, or do we want the last thing to be Howard?
I think the last thing should be Howard 100 News. I like the idea of like Lisa G in the bathroom, Howard 100 News.
Right.
Sounds clean. That way it's uniform.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard?
Yes.
Are you going with like nicknames, or are we going with full names? Like, is it Lisa G or is it Lisa Glassberg?
Should be Lisa Glassberg. This whole
my God, you're going to kill her now.
This whole
this is
lying to the audience about your name, it can't be right.
She's up to ibuprofen now. She's going to be popping.
I see 50 aspirin.
I see her driving down to Maryland.
It should sound like this. Lisa Glassberg in the Studio 69, Howard 100 News.
Lisa's self-loathing Jewish girl.
She is going to have to take Excedrin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I could see, so you know what? I may have to counsel her.
I mean, if she wants to be Lisa G, it's great. But and even Shuli, if you want to be
let her
Shuli.
change her name legally.
Yeah.
Shuli.
Yeah. Anybody who has a legal name can use it. Like Eric Norris, if he does a report. But, it's very comforting to me to tune in the news and hear it be like real news in uniform, and you're getting a product.
Well, sometimes when the stories are so ridiculous and Steve Langford has that very official sound, I crack up.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's a report on Beetlejuice swallowing a Red Bull or something.
Right. And Shalom Biatch doesn't sound like the news to me.
Right.
No.
It's not anybody's news unless you're one of those hippie stations from the 60s.
Right. You wouldn't hear that on 1010 Wins,
No.
Shalom Biatch. But, all right.
That's the old rock and roll thing. I'm Lopez.
Lopez. We're crossing Lopez.
Good, great news.
Hey, that's really interesting who you are. Like, I give a shit.
Oh, God. Yeah, that makes it easier to get out of bed. It's crossing Lopez.
But the whole I'm Lisa G.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so what? How does that get me through my day?
I'm an egomaniac.
Yeah, right. She should have to sign off, I'm an egomaniac.
That's great.
Violin playing shut-in, Lisa G.
Wow.
30
Like, we don't
D.
do the whole show like that where I go, I'm Howard Stern.
No. We hardly ever say who we are.
Yeah. All right, so Steve gave me an idea. I want to work in the location, too. Like, and not no I'm. Seriously. I'm being serious about that one for sure.
Okay.
Steve's right. There's no I'm.
Yeah, Steve put us straight. He told us what the official sign-off is.
Tim, I'm being serious. I really am.
Is anybody listening?
I hope so.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Tim is going to agree with you here.
Because it's going to sound more like the news. It's going to be funny.
Definitely.
And no more Shalom Biatch. It's gone.
Gee, that's a tough one.
I think it has to go.
Yeah, I really should at this point.
Because nobody else is doing any cute little catchphrases.
If she can't say I'm, what is Shalom Biatch?
Well, that's what I'm saying. In other words, like, what if everyone comes up with a catchphrase?
No, yeah, it always feels crowbarred in.
I almost wanted to tell Shuli as like advice. Like Shuli's like way funnier than some guy who would say Shalom Biatch. I'm like, every time you do a newscast, but I think you're annoying people.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to think about that one. Because sometimes I like the Shalom Biatch.
Really?
I understand that, but if you want the news to be this uniform kind of...
Yeah, but you like Climb by Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's just start with I'm...
Lisa G going.
It could be Shuli, Howard 100 News. Like that. That's how it's done.
Well, actually, there are no one-named reporters.
Well, Lisa G, Howard 100 News.
Shuli.
Not this I'm...
What is Shuli's last name?
Shuli...
Charismagastine?
Shuli Agar.
Shuli Agar. Shuli Agar, Howard 100
That's
News.
a cool name.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't know why Shuli wouldn't use that in his showbiz. Shuli Agar is a great name for a
Because he's
comedian.
embarrassed by it.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it. It flows off the tongue.
Shuli Agar.
Shuli Agar.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay. Here's some hate mail directed at Lisa over this. I'm so glad somebody finally corrected Lisa G's stupid sign-off. Not because it wasn't formatted correctly, because of the mannish intonation in which she pronounced G, with it trailing down lower, as if she's trying to imitate a retard. I can't believe no one ever brought it up before. All of them were universally in agreement with the caller. I agree with the listener that called with the complaint about Lisa Glassberg's sign-off on the news briefs. I'm listening to the West Coast feed right now, where you guys are discussing it. You can totally tell that Lisa's pissed. She can't have her own sign-off with that annoying, I'm Lisa G. Then the guy writes, fucking conceited cunt. Everyone's so angry with poor Lisa. I do love Lisa. You're so
to another place.
Oh, you're so agreeing with pig virus. I can't believe I'm hearing this. So fucking annoying. She should be stricken from the channels. She's completely worthless and annoying. Fuck Lisa Glassberg, annoying bitch. Boy, that's a strong one, man.
Yeah.
You guys don't get it. We listen to the Stern Show to escape people like Lisa G. She's the ultimate nagging wife, Yenta Jap. She's more irritating than a Chinese water torture. Please limit her time. Does Tim Sabian not get it? She makes us all change the station. Wow. DJs like Lisa G are the reason I am a subscriber. I had to get away from these people on regular radio, and she is haunting me on the Stern channels. Please get rid of her. Make her a producer or something.
Haunting.
Please keep her off the air. Please, please, please.
Oh, my God.
Haunting, like remember the old TV show in the 50s, Topper, where the two ghosts come back and haunt Topper? Yeah. Lisa G is haunting our station.
Marion and George.
Someone says, this is another strong one. Lisa G is a bitch, and she gets offended when her vanity is in question. What a huge ego. The fact that she uses G instead of her full last name shows the self-hatred about being Jewish and the pretentiousness in her prima conta attitude. The attention is getting to her head. Well, look, I don't agree with any of that, but I do agree that there should be rules for the news department. Listen, and as Robin points out, there's rules for me. I have my own rules. I do certain things a certain way because I know they work. And I don't even know what they are, but there's an internal list of rules somewhere inside of me about how radio should sound. And I'm merely stating that the humor in the Howard 100 News Department is that they have a universal sound.
Didn't you create the news department?
Yes, I did, in my own image.
Yeah.
On the 6th day, I created the news department.
In the shower.
Right. All right, here is Lisa Glassberg with the Howard 100 News.
Lisa hasn't branded herself?
No, she's not like Madonna.
I'd like to brand her.
Here comes Lisa Glassberg with the Howard 100 News.
That's not my name.
I believe it is your legal name. I'm only using legal names in the news department now. Are you legally Lisa G?
Yes, but I'm registered as Lisa G and I'm trademarked as Lisa G.
But are you legally Lisa G? Have you is your legal name?
No, but if that's what it takes to keep it. So what you're saying is that if a woman takes a married name and gets divorced after 20 years of marriage, she should go back to using her maiden name?
I'm just saying she can't work here at Howard 100 News. That's what I'm saying.
Good.
Right.
Who are you married
You
to?
are a chess player, Howard Stern.
right.
You're good.
All right, Lisa, you know the new format? Leave it up to you.
The SPCA has revealed to Howard 100 News that high-pitch Eric's pets have in fact been adopted. This after the animals were taken away from the whackpacker due to neglect. Eric has recently claimed he was able to get his pets back, a claim an ASPCA representative says is entirely untrue. The organization does not release the names of people who adopt their animals. However, the representative says, quote, there was nothing we could do or we could ascertain about any of the adopters to indicate that the animals would end up with Eric again. So there's nothing they could really do to prevent that from happening, but they're pretty sure that they went to the right people.
High-pitch Eric's animals have been adopted out.
Right.
Oh, thank God. Oh, those dogs must feel such relief.
Well, it was a dog and
Two
what?
cats.
2 cats.
And they got them homes already, huh? Wow. Boy, those animals must be...
They had to stay in the hospital, I think, about a month.
Oh, my God. What was wrong with them?
They wouldn't tell us specifically what was wrong, but, you know, they had to nurse them back to health.
Hey, vey.
You didn't think he was able to take care of animals.
See, I did, Robin. I thought he would... Every aspect of his life is out of control, except he would be really good at taking care of animals. Go ahead.
That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Would you like my sign-off?
Yep.
Lisa G., Howard 100 News, inside Studio 69.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Not
not
wrong.
right.
Well, how do you think it should go? Shouldn't it be Lisa G.
From Studio 69 for Howard 100
here it
News.
is.
Yeah,
Okay.
she got to end
From
with it.
Studio 69, Lisa G., Howard 100 News.
There you
That's
go.
Yeah,
perfect.
that's how we're formatting you. You need to be formatted.
I went to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Consult me on this.
So
I like
it's
to-
from Studio 69?
Yes.
From Studio 69, Lisa G., Howard 100 News.
There you go.
Is that good?
Perfect.
I still think it should be Lisa Glassberg.
Lisa Glassberg takes shits.
Try Glassberg. Let's see how it sounds.
What's the matter with Glass?
I like it.
I can't. People don't understand it. I have to start spelling it. I've been Lisa G. since 1990.
Yeah, but that hasn't really worked out that well.
No one knows. No one knows who you
honestly.
are. No one knows Lisa G.
Lisa, I mean,
Now I'll take 2 Tylenols.
I think Lisa Glassberg is better.
It's not like when John Cougar Mellencamp was going over the.
But why do you have to spell it for people? I mean,
They don't understand. You
Glassberg,
don't know.
Glassberg.
It's 1 S.
Oh, so.
Lisa Glassberg is a very easy to pronounce
You can
name.
say it. You don't have to. You're not spelling it at
Right.
this point.
Try it for a week. Try it on for size and embrace who you are.
I do embrace who I am.
No. When you
Yes.
shorten a name, it's
I've been
you're not- you're
since
not
1990. I haven't embraced
you're
it.
not happy with who you are.
Not?
No. You're embarrassed by the name Glassberg.
No, I'm not. It's not good. It's not good for broadcasting. It's not
I
good
think
for
it's
people
true.
to hear. What is that name? You don't get my mail. You don't get the what? How do you spell that?
There are
What?
people with unusual names who've had you. I mean, Engelbert Humperdinck created a career off his name.
Yeah,
'cause
you're
it was
acting
unusual.
like it's a common
You know.
sounding name.
I mean, it is.
You don't live with it. I have lived with it.
I heard a rumor that there was a woman on Long Island. You stopped from using the name Lisa G. You legally stopped her.
Wow.
We had a problem with that. Yes, we did.
Who's we?
My legal team.
Really?
What was she, a landscaper?
There was someone who was a Lisa G. and you had to go after her.
Mayday!
What happened? Give me the story.
There's no story.
What was she, a newscaster?
No, she was. I don't know what she really was, but
And what was she doing that it came on your radar that she was Lisa G?
what was she doing?
Yeah, I mean,
How
in other
did you
words,
become
learn?
aware of her?
How did you learn about Lisa G, the other Lisa
I
G?
don't remember. I don't remember. It was over a year ago.
You heard that somebody's name was Lisa G, and they were marketing themselves in some way as Lisa G?
My attorneys took care of it.
But if she's not a threat to you in your business, why do you care?
Yeah,
I did care.
you did.
Yes.
That you just another person existed calling themselves Lisa G.
But Lisa Glassberg isn't. I mean, like there's a woman on TV on the Today Show who works with Kathy Lee Gifford, who's Hoda Kotb, like
Who?
Kotb. I don't even know how to say it. Hoda Kotb.
Hoda Kotb.
Yeah. I mean, so you know. I mean, Lisa Glassberg isn't all that difficult.
It's simple.
I mean, the rationale that it's difficult and she has to spell it for people is ridiculous. Hoda probably has to spell it out for people all the time.
Well, good. She could have that problem.
Right.
Sanjay Gupta.
If someone was Susan G, would you sue them?
No.
It's got to be Lisa G. Mm-hmm. Right. but someone with the last name G. Like,
G-E-E?
Remember the weatherman?
Mr. G.
Mr. G?
Joey G from The Sopranos.
Did he try to sue you?
No.
How about Elisa G? Elisa.
No.
You wouldn't sue her?
Mm-mm.
Is it? Be totally honest. Is it about the Jewish thing?
No. Mm-mm.
No.
It's too Jewy?
No. Mm-mm.
Yes, it is. That's
no,
what I'm
it's
thinking.
not.
Yeah.
If you've listened to me over the years in radio, which doesn't sound like you really have, you knew I was Jewish, and I talked about it all the time. So no.
I don't hear. I've been forced to listen to you for the last 4 years. I'm here, but
and I've been forced to look at you for the past 4 years.
well, I mean, and believe me, sweetie, I could bang you, but that's a whole other story.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have an issue with Ali G?
No.
No, all right.
I don't hear you talking about you being Jewish so often.
Well,
not here. I have a different role
she's
here.
not uptight about it. She says
No.
this is the name she prefers. Lisa G, thank you very much.
Thank you, Howard
and there
Stern.
she is.
Okay.
All right. There she
Lisa
is.
Glassberg takes shits everywhere.
We're keeping that.
I've been Lisa G since 1990. That's a long time.
There's no way you're going to change it?
Mm-mm.
You're getting uptight about this.
No, I'm not uptight. I have a
You're a person.
I have a website. I have a lot of things that are involved with it, and people outside of here know me as Lisa G. So I'm not going to start going Glassberg, which I haven't used in 19 years, almost 20 years now. So sorry. Goodbye.
Here is Steve Langford, Howard 100 News. Here he comes. Steve? Come on. Fred, where's his jingle?
Steve Langford has a huge penis.
It's weird with Fred. Sometimes he's like right on the money.
I was just about, you made a Klondike mention, and I'm required to make a note of when you make the mention. And as you were going to Steve, I had my pen out and my book open.
All right, very good. Fred, a scribe. All right, go ahead, Steve Langford.
Birthday boy Benji turning 42 tomorrow.
Wow.
In spite of his Bronx tale of claims he's younger. Benji's high school reporting he graduated in June of '85. And Benji's voter registration card from the late 80s showing he stated his birthday as September 4th, 1967. Happy birthday, Benji.
So you have his real age.
We got it.
Benji, how do you answer that?
It's the birth date is incorrect.
He's lying.
There's other things that are correct.
He is lying. Plain and simple.
Why would you lie, Benji? Do you want to be known as a liar?
No.
Why? And who cares how old you are?
I don't, but
But you do, because you're lying.
Well, you just asked me.
But why are you lying about your age? Come clean on that. What's your thinking? You just want to seem like a young comedian?
What's the point?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not lying, though.
But why are there so many different reports of your date of birth?
Why is there
conflict? Well, why would there be such a conflict between your story and Steve?
Because different things were put down at different times.
Right.
By whom?
We got this one nailed.
Right.
Plain and simple.
I love it that I'm younger than Benji. It's only by about a month and 5 days, but I'm younger.
You're younger.
Younger than Benji.
Turns out Robin is, too.
All right. What else you got for us, Steve?
But hey, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Okay. Let's say I didn't want to tell my age.
Okay.
Shouldn't I have that right?
Yeah, I guess, but you work on the Howard Stern show, as someone pointed out the other day.
Let's say the news wanted to say, hey, this is John Hines' salary.
It's just a funny thing that you would lie about your age. I don't think
so. You do want to lie about your age? Just say it.
No, I think people have the right to if they want to.
And you also,
I don't think
you also are probably going to get exposed. Like David Brenner used to lie about his age, and we'd always expose it.
The fact is, I'm not, but I think it's fine if people do. I don't see any problem with that.
You're not lying.
Well,
like
how
we talk
old
about.
are you?
How old do you claim to be?
My birthday is September 24th.
Right.
And I'll be 38.
And you'll be 38.
2 lies in 1 sentence.
You mean the date is not even right?
So you were born in You're saying you were born in 71, not 67.
Yes. That's my legal birthday.
It's taken 4 years off.
You swear to God on your parents' life?
I said
Okay.
6 months ago I will not swear on my parents' life anymore.
All right.
Because
All
I
right,
don't
go
want to do
ahead,
that
Steve.
for
I
every
agree. I believe you're telling the truth. Go ahead.
And 25 years ago tomorrow, a young man introducing himself as Gary Delabate, debuting on the Howard Stern Show at WNBC.
Yeah, what was that about?
Wait a minute. When did he become Delabate?
When I first hired him, he was Gary Delabate. Delabate.
So when did he become Delabate?
When I said to him,
started calling me that every day.
yeah, when I said, that's not your name, is it, Delabate?
My family pronounced it. Howard started pronouncing it the right way, and so I went with it.
Oh.
What do you think I got? You think I got a big head, Robin?
Yes, and started
Who knows?
putting that
Yeah.
apostrophe in your name.
Calm down, Ophelia.
Yeah, but I've talked to your mother. She says Delabate.
Oh, my mother says Delabate.
She does?
Yeah.
And Mary says Delabate.
She's married to me.
Yeah. Oh, so you have a different last name than your mother?
I do.
Yeah.
Actually, my mother is Delabate now.
Is she? Your mother now is
It took
Delabate?
me a while to remember because I haven't called her by her last name.
So in other words, I started calling you guys Delabate, and then the whole family switched to Delabate?
Sort of, yeah.
Your father even called himself Delabate?
No, my father always called himself Delabate, and he said that he just Americanized it, but Delabate is in fact the proper pronunciation.
Oh.
So when did your mother change it to Delabate?
I don't know. You know, I realize that because whenever I go to visit her, they all call her Mrs. Delabate.
Yeah, because what happened is you got famous. Now your mom wants to be in on it. So she became Delabate. She realized, I'm going with
At
it.
82, my mom's in the nursing home cashing in.
Well, you know what I mean. She likes it.
She does.
Yeah. Yeah. Now Gary, that's why Gary's a good employee. You hear that, Lisa Glassberg? I changed Gary's name, and he just goes with
He
it.
went with it.
Goddamn right. I wonder if his mom would have gone with whatever name I switched his name to. Like, I should have been a little more creative.
And taking it completely out of the Delabate realm.
Right. Like Feinberg. Mrs. Feinberg, your room is ready. Anything else?
And troublemaker Sal the stockbroker just revealing he has created a new website, lisaglassberg.com, spelled both ways.
Wow. Well, Sal all over it. All right. Thank you.
Stern News 877H100-TIP or email howard100news at sirius-radio.com.
And your sign off?
Steve Langford.
Steve Langford, Howard 100 News, New York.
Thank you. No. Wrong.
If I'm in the field.
No. Steve Langford. No. From New York. Steve Langford.
That's not. That's
all right. From Howard Studio.
But if you want to do it traditionally, you put the location, the date line at the end.
No, I want Howard.
Bill
100
Plant,
last.
CBS News, Washington.
Oh,
that's
I see.
Always the way it is.
Yeah, right. I'll get back to that.
I think the other one is way better, though. The identifier is Howard 100.
Just say Steve Langford, Howard 100 News. Yeah.
Unless I'm on location somewhere.
Forget location.
But I mean, it's part of the story. Dateline.
Yeah, but I want Howard 100 News last. Right. I'm trying to format this thing. I'm trying to get it under control. I need your assistance. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Steve Langford has a huge penis.
Right, Robin?
That's right.
No.
We have to work the kinks out of this.
Yeah, Robin knows.
That goddamn Langford kid's insubordinate.